Okay, apologies to our guests for starting this debate a little late. First, apologies to Kishore Bhimani in Kolkata, to Bimal Soni, Deputy President of the Rajasthan Cricket Association, who is choosing to defend the indefensible in the form of this man Vijay Mallya tonight. Choosing to defend the indefensible is Shailendra Singh, Joint MD of Percept. Choosing to defend Vijay Mallya at his own risk tonight is senior lawyer Sujay Kantawala. Thank you very much. And on the other side of logic tonight is Parvez Damania, former executive director of Kingfisher Airlines. Would you like that identity, or
that's fine. Whatever.
would you like the identity of the man who started Damania?
Whatever you say is fine.
Well, you're Jitendra Bhagat, former executive director of Air India, and Kishore Bhimani, senior journalist. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Let's start with the contrary opinion. I always like the contrary opinion. I like to start with Shailendra Singh. This man should be in jail. Shailendra Singh. No, this man should be in jail.
Sure.
No, he's known for this bizarrely rich and famous lifestyle. I don't grudge him. Let him do what he wants. But if he owns public sector consortium of 17 banks and vicariously all subsidized by the common man of India, the common man of India has subsidized this man 7,000 crore rupees and is running away with it. Sure. This is theft. This is loot. And on top of it, all number of Indian politicians and sundry socialites all run down for I don't know how many crores of rupees he spent on a massive birthday party celebration, which, I don't think the Sultan of Brunei would be able to afford. And on top of it, he goes and buys a cricket team. Where was it? In the Caribbean. It's like cocking a snook, Shailendra Singh. It's like saying, I don't care. I have robbed the taxpayer of this country and I have now run away and I want a settlement with the people I've robbed. Yes.
Yeah, my only point is, Arnab.
Yeah, please.
I think you made an interesting point, and I speak on behalf of just not myself, but the country. Now, the fact of the matter is that this particular case has been in the public eye for the longest time. The law minister exists, the finance minister exists, you exist. But the fact of the matter is this man is free and is doing what he wants. Therefore, the country actually permits him to be who he is.
Oh, come on.
Hang on. 1.3 billion people understand.
Vijay Mallya's Kingfisher Airlines shut shop in 2012. You're right. It's been 4 years. It's been 4 years hence that Vijay Mallya has been evading his responsibility of paying the 7,000 crore rupee debt despite notices from what is Vijay Mallya doing. I'd say let's change the hashtag tonight, and I want the hashtag to be pay up Mallya so that the voice goes off to that man. Pay up Mallya is the hashtag tonight.
One question to you is that when an air hostess or one of his employees committed a suicide, hang on, he had a warrant on his name. What happened? Nothing happened. A year and a half has gone by. My point of view is that the law minister exists, the prime minister exists, the finance minister exists. Where is the law to ensure that such people are behind bars?
Right.
It doesn't exist.
I thought you were speaking for
No, I am. But what my point of view tonight is, Parvez, on a serious note, the fact of the matter is that this nation is a confused nation. The nation doesn't understand whether we should manipulate the law or follow the law.
No, this country is not a confused nation. This country is not a confused nation.
Why is Mallya getting away with this?
Well, I'm asking you, as of November 2015, there are 900 odd KFA employees yet to receive their payroll. Hence, there are 900 families who have yet to get money from this defunct airline even after closure. There is an engineer who worked with Air Deccan in 2004, eventually bought over by Mallya, unable to make ends meet and to exhaust his family's fixed deposit, sell his wife's jewelry only because Kingfisher did not pay his salary for 23 months. There is somebody who committed suicide. I'd say while those people are killing themselves, this man should at least show some sense of remorse. He cannot go and buy a cricket team in the Caribbean and look at his pictures there in his parties, his birthday party. It's obnoxious. Some of these people, I know some columnists, socialite columnists actually, who are known more for being socialites and occasionally for being columnists. We all know we're speaking about, who go there trooping, for all appears to be all paid expenses trip to his birthday party. Those people then talk about, how our society should function and the wrongs in our society. And then they go there at the Caribbean Premier League function and they go there to take part in his party in Goa. I mean, there is a problem with those people, but we are asking the questions tonight. Parvez Damania, opening the debate. Why has he got away so far? Parvez, no, I don't want to. Watch it.
A year ago, the Bangalore police was looking for him and he was sitting in the IPL auction in Bangalore.
Yeah, okay.
So what's the story?
Yeah, okay. Parvez Damania.
I think the way things are going is very wrong.
Yeah.
I think it's blatantly laughing in people's faces.
Yeah.
Forget the Caribbean cricket team. He still owns the 43 or 45% of the F1 team.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many people know what it costs to run an F1 team. A top F1 team costs $350 million a year.
Yeah.
So let's say this team is at the middle level.
Yeah.
It costs 200 million. And I'll tell you something. Surprisingly, Mallya's team is doing very well.
No, so what's the logic here tonight?
So
Why is he getting away? Is there a group of
there
people?
There is a lot of money being spent. Now, where that money comes from, we don't know. How it's being bankrolled, we don't know.
No, is there therefore, I mean, is there one group of people who say that let this willful defaulter get away because if he is exposed, all of us will also go down with him?
No, I think the banks are equally responsible.
Yeah, so who's
the banks should be looked into on what basis they gave the money. I mean, if you look at the list of if you look at the list of assets on which money was given, it will be shocking.
Yeah.
Boarding cards, Kingfisher calendar, girls brand, Kingfisher brand. I think 400 crore was given, something like on the Kingfisher brand. Now, what's the value of that brand?
6,000 crores. The valuation of 6,000 crores. 6 crores.
Come on, Sujay Kantawala.
So therefore, how the loans were disbursed? This kind of collateral was given and the loans were given, which is public money. Why only him? Every executive director, every person in charge of the banks, the consortium of banks should be held up. There is no accountability in this country. That's the problem.
Right.
There is no accountability, and therefore, with all this money, if you have a smart band of advisors,
how does he have the confidence to say, I am looking? He says that to Kashif Khusro. I don't know, Kishore Bhimani, if you heard it, and Bimal Soni. He said, I'm looking for a settlement with the banks. What settlement do you have with the bank? You owe them 7,000 crores, pay up or go to jail. What settlement is he talking about? What settlement?
The settlement is a joke because he'll say to settle, you pay me something and then I'll settle again with you. So pay me more to keep me alive, to keep me afloat. Sure. Because if I sink, you sink.
Yeah.
And that's what corporate India is doing.
I think there needs to be an investigation into how many Indian politicians have accepted the hospitality of Vijay Mallya. There needs to be a serious investigation into how many members of the establishment have directly or indirectly benefited from his hospitality, largest attended his parties. I think his network of friends, and including those unethical so-called columnists, as well as the politicians who choose to party at his birthday, when they are public figures and know that he owes the 7,000 crore rupees to the taxpayer, should also be held accountable because they are part of the circuit, Jitendra Bhargav. You know the inside story. Reveal it tonight. How is he getting away?
It's so brazenness. The rot is coming up in open.
Yeah.
That if you have money, you can manipulate the law to your advantage.
Right.
State Bank of India, Indian Bank had declared him willful defaulter earlier. Yeah. He went to the court, got a stay. He wasn't willing to attend the bank proceedings, etc.
Yeah.
Now, it's a blatant misuse. It's been 2012, 4 years. Now, how can a person so shamelessly manipulate the system, deny the banks the money,
how can he?
Employs the salaries, which is legitimately due.
Yeah.
He brought India a bad name when its aircraft were stranded in Mumbai airport and they were not being returned to the leasing company.
And he buys, you forgot, he buys Australian cricketer Shane Watson for 9.5 crores and Stuart Binney for 2 crores. And yet he says my hands are tied. If he has 9 crores and 2 crores, each one of those rupees should go into paying off his loans.
Yes.
Another thing is that the government of India must set up an SIT for these kind of industrialists who flout all kind of rules, regulations to do it.
This man, viewers, owns a 312 crore yacht called the Indian Empress. Some people say it's worth 450 crores. He reportedly still owns that. If he's a willful defaulter, why have our banks only announced him to be a willful defaulter now?
You brought up a very crucial point in the beginning of the debate.
Why in the previous...
Who are the people involved for the reason that Vijay Mallya is still where he is and he's still surviving after committing every possible crime in the corporate sector?
Yeah.
There is a reason behind it. And you brought up a point.
Reason? Say.
Who are the friends? Who's his cozy club that ensures that he's afloat? If the Bangalore police was looking for him a year ago and he was in IPL auction, why didn't they pick him up?
Why did they pick him up?
Yeah, exactly the point.
There need to be case studies on it.
Sure.
Look at this property at Santa Cruz, Juhu.
Exactly.
195 crores. 4 years, State Bank and all other banks have been trying to get that property. I think the auction was somewhere last week, etc. I don't even know whether it succeeded or not in getting the 195 crore out of that huge 7,000 crore rupees.
It's not
what is inertia?
It's not worth 150 crores. It cannot recover 150 crores. At the best, it's worth about 40.
No, but that's not even the issue. The issue tonight is this: that there are 1,000. There are 1,000 farmers who in Maharashtra have committed suicide in Maharashtra alone last year. I am not naming a particular politician, but I will give a few hints. He's a very so-called, I don't like to take names all the time,
sure,
but I give hints. A so-called very flamboyant politician. Held a very flamboyant ministry in the past. Right? Includes, has certain business interests. Is part of Mallya's very, very, very close circuit. Was seen at Mallya's extravagant birthday party. Is believed to be either Mallya is his groupie or he is Mallya's groupie. You see, they're part of one very, very small group. And he's a politician from Maharashtra. Now, everyone knows who I'm talking about. I'm sure the politician knows who I'm talking about. I'm saying, these politicians doesn't scratch their conscience that 1,000 farmers, Kishore Bhimani, have committed suicide in Maharashtra. Why? Because they are under the stress of debt and loan. Because when they take a 2,000 rupee loan and can't afford to pay it, they'd rather kill themselves because they're honest enough to want to pay this loan. And here is a man who owes 7,000 crore rupees from PSUs in a state where 1,000 farmers commit suicide. We see that same politician go and celebrate the birthday party with this willful defaulter, Kishore Bhimani.
Arnab, may I
yes, please
bring one or two points to your attention. Number one, today we are blaming the politicians, we are blaming the irresponsible bankers, a lot of things. But today we must realize that the blame also lies with the people. There's a silent conspiracy. Recently he supported the Indian Derby in Bombay. He spent crores of rupees. It was the highest prize ever paid in a derby anywhere in the country. Who are the people who supported him? The stewards of the Bombay race course, who should have said, we will not have a willful defaulter and a man who's, disgraced himself all over the world to be part of this. But today there is a social conspiracy. Not only is the man doing all kinds of things, whether it is a yacht, whether it is his private planes, whether it is the IPL teams, now the Caribbean thing. The point is our society does not put money where his mouth is.
No, it's not society. It's not society. Don't, no, I'll tell you, it's not society. It's not society. I am saying let there be an investigation who are the politicians who've been directly or indirectly helping this fellow. Now, he has political friends. He has political friends in the previous UPA administration. We should ask those friends whether they've raised these issues. Right? Some of his friends like to speak for all kinds of issues, including gender rights, etc., but they don't speak up as far as Vijay Mallya is concerned. They just all clam up. Now the question is, Bimal Soni, you know him, you've had some association with his cricket team. Bimal Soni, you want to make any disclosures on your association with him before you defend him? Yeah?
No, what I would like to say is that he is circumventing the law. He is not, I think it's the fault of our government. It's fault of our system.
No, it's not.
How can a willful defender not be arrested?
There you go.
And how he can live this kind of a life?
Exactly.
So that means there's something wrong in the law.
No, there's nothing wrong with the law. There's something wrong with the application of the law.
Hold on.
No.
Basic
application of the law. So that means we are all...
No, say so tonight.
Yeah.
Say so. One second. Jitendra Bhargav is saying something.
Now, what we need to understand is that Vijay Mallya, over a period of time, has put investment in politicians. Now, it is this.
What do you mean investment in politicians?
You see, like obliging him with his aircraft movement within the country. Let me explain. You get from DGCA.
So we'll refer to politician ABC, right? You're not taking names.
ABCD kind of a
What does he do? What kind of obligations does he give? What does the obligations he gives? What obligations
does he give? Let's put it this way.
Yeah.
When the 2010, 11, 12 crisis happened in the entire aviation industry,
right?
Who are the people ordering the oil companies, the Airport Authority of India, to waive the charges or defer the kind of payment of dues, etc.? Now, all this.
You're saying it's a bribe?
No, not.
What are you saying? What are you saying?
The fact is, they were repaying his gratitude for whatever way they were looking at, that they were using. Now, when we look at these kind of things, so the signs were visible that Kingfisher is not making profit at all anywhere in the entire history. No, we cannot ignore this fact.
Sure.
Banks kept extending loans. Correct. Where are the bank officials and the chairman?
Absolutely.
Now, you can't be swearing them for it. You have an economics department in all these banks who do the due diligence of a loan before a loan is sanctioned to a common man. Wasn't it done for this man?
Yeah.
And if they were so pliable to listen to a politician, hang them. This is the time to bring them to notice.
Now I'm told the United Bank of India in September 2014 declared him a willful defaulter. I think it's too late. We are also told that State Bank of India, which is the leader of the consortium, declared him a willful defaulter in November 2015.
When
no, one second.
Actually, when the banks actually say there is a willful defaulter, why isn't the bank being questioned by the government of India?
No. Now the banks are at least taking some action. I'm saying in the previous dispensation.
That's clean-up operation.
Exactly.
No, that's not a desired course.
The banks on
Parvez Damania.
Provident fund has been deducted. TDS has been deducted.
Service
tax. These are, forget, there's no procedure for service tax provident fund. If your company doesn't pay provident fund, deduct provident, it's immediately your sentence.
Parvez Damania, till when were you executive director of Kingfisher?
I was for the first 3 years.
Which is when to when?
I think till about 2010.
Ask you something you won't mind.
Yeah, not at all.
I mean, besides you won't mind this. Right?
No, not at all.
No, besides the fact that he pretends to be, Indian Richard Branson,
yeah,
which he's not. He's a pretender. But besides his being a pretender, I mean, are these banks foolish? When you give a person 7,000 crore rupees together, when SBI has an exposure of 1,600 crore rupees, Punjab National Bank 800 crore, IDBI 800, Bank of India 650, Bank of India 550, it's like the entire Indian banking establishment came together somehow and say, let's all get together and help Mr. Vijay Mallya start an airline so he can mess it up. Now, one second, when these banks give these loans, are they out of their mind or what?
No,
please tell me what was going on.
Let me tell you something more interesting.
Yeah.
An airline is not like a factory or a plant.
Yeah.
That if it closes down, there is the plant, there's a machinery, there's factory.
There's no assets. Yeah.
There are no assets.
Yeah.
All these planes were leased or lease purchase options.
Yeah.
So in the end, these planes which were in flying.
No, tell me why are loans being given? Like, is this because I think this is theft in one way. 1 second, you give somebody, and a middle class man today goes and says, I want 50 lakh rupees. I want to buy a small little 1-bedroom flat. Okay. Before you give somebody 50 lakh rupees, how many questions are asked? How many documents are sought? How much diligence is done?
Procedure is endless.
No. How much so my question is, when Vijay Mallya goes in, how come the same logic does not apply?
But
and he has very powerful friends.
When he makes the first default,
that
time no question is asked.
Yeah.
But if on boarding passes and calendar girls, if loans are given of crores of rupees,
the brand was valued at 6,000 crores.
Yeah, and can I also ask this question, if I may, to my own fraternity, right? Which my own fraternity does not like ask questions being asked of it anyway nowadays. Sure. The fact is, how many people from the journalistic fraternity never asked? We've been consistently after Vijay Mallya. Yes. We've been consistently asking questions. Now Vijay Mallya ran some, channels which really aren't worth mentioning anymore. But he also, he's very friendly with the media. Did the media ask him any questions? How come the media doesn't ask him questions? The politicians don't ask him questions. The bureaucrats don't ask him questions. The bank chairmen go with blinkers on. True. Right? The same people who would ask all questions, and Kishore Bhimani, in a country where a person who takes a 50 lakh rupee loan will be chased till the end of his life if he does not pay 500 rupees is left of that loan. Where banks will take henchmen to go after these middle class people, make their lives miserable if one installment is not paid. How come? No, Kishore Bhimani, what's going on here? You know the inside story of what's been going on. Right? Tell me, reveal it.
My point is, how many people know that he sent his private plane to Brazil to fly out the girls for dancing at the Bombay races? Today, the amount of money he spends, this kind of conspicuous consumption, now the banks are not even looking at it. You are giving more and more money, and that more and more money is going into pointless expenditure like these fast cars, fast women. I don't know what is going on, an unprofitable airline. But as you say, Arnab, he's got powerful friends. But also there should be some social ostracism that people should say, I will not take favors from him.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm sorry to say, whether it's the community of Formula One racing,
just one point I want to make in the context of what you said. Let's not make what will be seen to be derogatory remarks towards towards any women out there. That's not their fault that they were at any point of time engaged with Kingfisher Airlines or any other airlines or doing anything or associated with Vijay Mallya or were involved with any of his activities in the world of fashion, modeling, etc. That's not so. I think you take back those comments out there. You can. Take that. No, I'm just placing it on record that I object to the use of that with respect to you. With the respect you use the word fast women, I take objection to that. I'm just placing it on record with respect to you. But so that it doesn't take away from the discussion. No. My point is. My point is.
You have to define the lifestyle.
No. Forget it. I understand his lifestyle. We are discussing this because of his lifestyle. But obviously there is a scam somewhere, right? There is a scam. The man got away for a long time. Now I hear that he's got a lot of money abroad. No. And that he's largely now living outside India. I'd say, can't the government of India chase him down? But we can chase him down, seize every single rupee, dollar, pound or dirham of his assets, every single yacht, plane, car that he owns, every single property till every single rupee. No, we have to follow him. True. The government of India has to put its might behind seizing money from this guy.
Look, a fact that if proof of complicity was ever required was when a huge amount of loan was converted into equity at a princely price.
Absolutely.
Now, how can you
against
be
what?
sparing these
Against a dead asset.
People in government service make note sheets and put those records, etc. Who are those people who manipulated the data to suit his needs? Now that is what is needed to be looked at.
I think we have somebody amongst us, Parvez. To be honest, we said 2010. My point of view is that you were part of the company. You were part of Mr. Vijay Mallya's strategy. What does it take for a man of his position and caliber to carry on doing what he's doing?
Caliber? What is his caliber?
Caliber is the fact that he's able to manipulate the entire legal system.
Don't call it caliber. No, don't call it caliber. I'd say that, that is conning the system. Conning somebody is not caliber.
Either word.
Yeah.
Parvez, what does it take to be him?
Yeah.
To be honest, we all are shell-shocked.
No, he is very well connected and he has a very strong PR system.
When you say connected, what, to politicians?
With everybody. And another thing...
No, my question is if Subroto Roy is behind bars.
Yes.
Question is tonight... No, but it's a relevant question.
There's no fault of his.
The problem is nowadays I'm asking relevant questions. This is the Bimal Soni, you tell me, since you've come here as his advocate tonight. If Subroto Roy is behind bars, why should Vijay Mallya not be behind bars? I mean, the guy.
Compared to Vijay Mallya,
yes, Bimal Soni. Go on, defend the indefensible.
I've been saying this. He knows how to circumvent the law. You have to understand that airlines fail. In USA, day in and out, so many airlines have failed. But then the owners have to declare bankruptcy. There's a law which takes care of these people. Here, you can just be a willful defaulter and enjoy your life. So I think the fault is also in the system.
I'm sorry, the system affects me. Banks take money from people who put their hard-earned money into the banks. Then they give money. If the person who takes the money cannot pay back the money, the banks make up for that shortfall from their own funds. So if a bank gives bad loans like this to Vijay Mallya, eventually the people who own the bank, in this case the shareholders of the bank, in this case the taxpayers of India, the citizens of India take the hit. In other words, therefore tonight the logic is simple. He can go and do as many, put out as many calendars, buy out as many teams, have whatever lifestyle and have 200 crore birthday parties in which, socialized columnists drop in, once in a while. But the question is this, all of this is being done on my cost. Why should I fund him? Why should I fund him? So it should be money. No, this is the biggest scam. And the fact the man struts around and he goes to derbies, I mean, anyone who is associated with him or has accepted his hospitality should be ashamed tonight. Ashamed.
True.
Absolutely.
They should be ashamed. Yeah. He should be shunned. This man has been busy hosting equestrian derbies in which prizes of 2.17 crore were given out. And we have all the socialites of Mumbai city who sometimes go there on the lush green turf wearing these fake hats and then have a damn good time in a party paid for by Vijay Mallya. I mean, is there a conscience in this country tonight?
In the same state where 1,000 farmers have lost their lives.
In the same state where 1,000 farmers lost their lives.
Bombay High Court had to PIL on that farmer.
No, why? No. I'm raising this question, Kishore Bhimani, because I think there should be an upsurge of anger and action against Vijay Mallya.
I believe
there should be, isn't there?
Ordinance.
Kishore Bhimani.
Special law.
Kishore Bhimani.
Yeah.
How has he got away?
Look, I go back to my original. This is the kind of social conspiracy, kind of people. All of us allow him to get away with it. We pay the.
No, we didn't. We didn't. The politicians
banks,
did.
which don't have money for serious causes.
The system
is saying Subroto is 2 years in jail for what? He has not borrowed money. I mean, look at this difference.
He has not been able to comply with the Supreme Court order.
Yeah, but still,
his situation is that the court took cognizance.
Still, he is put in jail for 2 years.
Right. So let there be a court order.
Intervene in his case as well.
So therefore, there should be a court order. Somebody should go to court. There should be an ordinance specially, and therefore to take care of these inconsistencies, which is enjoying the benefit of. Thereafter, put him inside after a court order.
Yeah.
Therefore, he will say, now follow due process.
Yeah.
You see, his argument is going to be follow due process. Yeah. Even the worst criminals in this country, they have this argument, follow due process.
And viewers, can I?
Process after it has not been followed in extending loan to him. Look at the minister first.
So
the Ministry of Finance, the board of directors of a bank, which have whoever role to play, the chairman of a bank, the officials concerned, all have been guilty of this.
What?
He will say, I'm not alone.
I agree. Collateral don't add up to it.
I would say one thing tonight. And question is, where is corporate India?
Exactly.
Because we keep saying, we send the wrong image. Indian promoters are seen to be corrupt when they take money like this from foreign institutions and run away with it. Here is somebody who has taken money from the Indian taxpayer and has run away with it. And I am told, and viewers, I'm telling you this, and I really want the socialite columnists to write a column on this particular subject. It would be very interesting to read what socialite columnists write on this.
Why we still patronize Vijay Mallya?
Or accept the patronage of Vijay Mallya. Socialite columnists should write one long column the next time they write in a newspaper about the party in which 600 people attended, in which all the five-star hotels were locked up, were sealed so that, and I am told some people said 50 crores, somebody said 100 crores, some people said 200 crores was spent. And everybody flew in and had a damn good time with 3 days on a paid holiday of Vijay Mallya. That, viewers, was bohemianism that was paid for by you and me. Is there no conscience these people have? They want to lead these double lives. They want to preach in their columns about what's good and right about India. These people should stop writing a single word till they explain to the people of India how in a state where 1,000 people killed themselves because they had to commit suicide, they couldn't pay 50,000 1 lakh rupee loans. Why were they living off the loot for 3 days of a man who has cheated every single Indian citizen and destroyed and defrauded the country, and you enjoy at the hospitality of a fraud. I mean, there has to be someone. They have defrauded the financial system of this country, Kishore Bhimani. And why are the politicians quiet?
But what will it take for the bank officials who represent the interests of the country to react?
Where are these guys? Said, the board of directors, for example, of the bank, what have they been doing? It just shows that the friends who are being appointed on the board to be pliable and take the decision to benefit people like Vijay Mallya.
Yeah, you should look at the money what you could have done with this particular money that Vijay Mallya has run away with. Should we try and call Vijay Mallya on the program, give it one shot?
Nothing like it.
Okay, let's try and connect with Vijay Mallya. Last time Kashif Khusro called him, he got angry. I'd like to have Vijay Mallya angrier a little bit, but I think Vijay Mallya should be angry at the fact that the system allowed him to get away for so long.
I think he has to be more
at any point of time while we try to connect with him, and if we can't. My question is, Bimal Soni, do you think he thinks he'll get away? What do you think? You think he's got away?
Well, a friend of mine was mentioning about Subroto Roy. I think the judiciary took that step.
Absolutely.
And I'm sorry to say, they have not been able to nail him on anything. He's in jail for 2 years for nothing. And our government, government is run by bureaucrats, government is run by, hierarchy politicians. They have not made the law, and Mr. Mallya is smart enough to circumvent the law.
You see, you cannot circumvent the law. You are being aided in circumventing the law.
Why can't we do some steps so that this kind of thing doesn't happen?
No, I have two questions. Why would the Central Bureau of Investigation not be set out against the bank officials? Point number one. Investigate the role of the bank officials. And why should Vijay Mallya not be where Subroto Roy is, which is in Tihar jail? This question I'm putting to you viewers. Yes, Sujay. I think we're not getting through to him.
One of the panelists said that he's circumventing the law. Yeah. I'm asking a question. Is there a law strong enough to nail him?
That's
Yeah.
the
Yes,
No, there is-
law is a
yeah.
yes.
What will he circumvent?
Yeah.
There is no law strong enough to deal it.
No, there is please.
No, the money trail has to be checked.
How?
If the money trail is checked, there would be a lot of places where the money is moved.
If the government
How
has
will
the
you
will
connect
to
it
do
to
it, they can nail him. It is only
Yes.
complicity
Yes.
that keeps these things away.
Yes.
Yeah.
If the
The
government
law is
decides,
not weak, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well,
Arnab, you bought this debate about 18 months ago when there was a suicide of an employee.
Yes.
You brought it up tonight. If you persist, the law minister and the finance minister have to take cognizance of this issue. I mean, the entire nation is watching that this is doable in this country.
Yeah.
And particularly in times of Mr. Narendra Modi, Make in India, progression, going forward. Is this the way the country is structured, that Mr. Vijay Mallya can just get away with this? On a serious note, 10,000 crores in a time. I mean, come on.
We can forget
Or
this
no.
loan for a moment.
Yeah.
It's a crime if you have deducted service tax and you have not paid in the government treasury. You have deducted TDS and you have not paid in the government
Provident
treasury.
fund, Provident
Why
fund.
can't
No,
you
I shut
just
that-
hang him on this ground?
Arnab, there is no procedure for that. Anybody who cuts TDS or Provident
Okay,
Fund can be immediately arrested. There is no procedure for that.
Yeah.
There is
That's
no
a
going to
simple
court.
thing.
There is
Okay,
no-
I'm giving the
there is
names
no
of the
procedure
banks
for that.
tonight. Punjab
There's no
National
procedure for
Bank,
that.
SBI, IDBI, Bank of India, Bank of Baroda, Central Bank of India, UCO Bank, 320 crores, Corporation Bank, State Bank of Mysore, Indian Overseas Bank, Federal Bank, Punjab and Sindh Bank and Axis Bank.
All
And of course the great
All
State Bank of India with
all government
1,600
banks.
crores.
All government banks.
If you're a shareholder in these banks, in the sense that if you invest money in these banks, don't you have a right to ask, how did that money?
Because your money is
At
paying
least
for the
some
yacht.
of it. At least some of it.
Your money is paying for the parties.
Go to fund Vijay Mallya's birthday party.
Exactly.
Mr. Vijay Mallya, stop running away from Times Now. We're going to follow you. Give us an interview. I really have some questions to you. Join us on the panel. And know this, Mr. Vijay Mallya, you're not going to get away this time. Thank you very much for joining me on debate number 2 on the Newshour tonight.